Hello everyone and welcome back to PAX and Recreation. And today we're back at the world of YuGiOh. And you know me, and if you don't, hey, how are you? I see old cards, I buy. I see old stuff, I buy. And when I say old, it's not necessarily like retro, which if I look at it, I buy it, but I mean like stuff that is obviously pandering at people like me. And in this case, we're going to open a couple of YuGiOh World Championship 2025, which is ironically where this playmat is from, but this is from 2020 World Championships. Limited pack. So, you know, I see Exodia, I obliterate. So 4 cards per pack, 10 packs per box. So basically we get 40 beautiful cards, and this is why math is important, kids. So it's also copyright 2020. In this case, we get 4 cards per pack, 10 packs per box. Not much is explained here. It is what it is. Set content subject to change. No specific card variety is guaranteed. What else? Manufactured and distributed by Konami Digital Enterprises or Entertainment, sorry. And blah, 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 blah. So let's see what's in store for us Yugi fans, Yugi boys, and let's just open it. I am going to be honest. I am a very irresponsible YouTube host for this type of stuff, and I don't know what I should be expecting from this box. Besides the fact that is, you know, some reprints, some cards featured in the tournament pack, in the tournament itself. But I, you know, again, I see Exodia, I obliterate. So let's see. Here are the little beetle packs. Yugi cards are already small, but these packs are certainly small. So let's see right away what's in store for us. I don't know if I can ninja these because these things are so thin that actually I could ninja them. Interesting. Whoops. So as spoilers, it's 4 cards per pack. You already saw one of them. So let's see. Diablo Star, the Black... I was about to mispronounce it. Diablo Star, the Black Witch. Okay. Snake Eyes Poplar. Okay. Nice. Rizial Cross, or Rizial Cross in rare, and a Poseidra Abyss, the Atlantean Dragon Lord, which Poseidon, etc. in not bad foil. So let's see. That was pack number 1. Legendary Fire King Ponix. Okay, cool. Garunix Eternity, Yang of the Fire King. So we have water, we have fire. Malice Q, Heart Scripter. Nice. Okay, not bad. Oh, okay. Oof. Memento Mictlan Tecutlica. So Memento Mictlan Tecutlica, Creation King. So they went full Mesoamerican on this one. I realize that in the last years, there's a lot of Yugi cards that are just like, yeah, just go like full Mesoamerican. And it's cool. It's cool that we use other influences and other mythology instead of the usual Nordic, Egyptian, Greek. It's like, we get it, people. There is only so much that you can do. Azamina Ilia Silvia. Okay. Oof. Good luck reading that. So there you go. In that angle, I think you can see it in the camera, is the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, which my heart is already going, oh, because he's a Blue Eyes Red Dragon. It's ultimate. But the one thing that I hate about Synchro Monsters is when you have like the silver title and you can't just read it for the life of you. And the Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. So not bad. I find it funny how something so quote-unquote meaningless as, well, blue eyes, as a concept, like having blue eyes, in Yugi, it's like, oh, blue eyes, man, let's go. Like the whole archetype, the whole thing, because of the legendary blue eyes white dragon. So Sangen Kaimen, Asamina Murciélago, so murciélago basically. Poseidra Abyss again, and Bacha de Melodius Maestra. So I feel like someone in the Konami team went for vacations to Latin America, and specifically Mexico likely, and they just went like, yep, I'll do a lot of cards based on this. So the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, but this time in like rare gold letters, so not bad. Maiden of White, a great support card for Blue Eyes. I find it funny how we're doing this whole thing and we're getting a lot of support for Blue Eyes, but so far nothing Exodia related. And as usual, the card that is in the cover is not necessarily the card that you're gonna pick, but you're gonna pull, but at least something related to it. Exodia 2025 is kind of Exodia's year because of the whole all the sets that they're doing like Exodia related, but at the same time I don't feel like it's enough. I don't know if it makes sense. Sangenpai Transcended Dragon. Like this is easier to read. There you go. Sangenpai Transcended Dragon. Then this one, Memento Mictlan Tecutlika Creation King, the Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon again, and the Snake Eyes Poplar. So the problem with these tournament packs, I remember the first time I opened tournament packs, it was a similar thing. It's like you open a box of them, and after a while, then you start getting a lot of repeated cards, and it loses some of the magic. See, Bacha, the Melodius Maestra, it gets to a point where you are going to get all of them with gold letters. So like in rare. Resale Detonator, Malice C, GWC06, and Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon again. So the first trap card of this set of cards. Sometimes I wish that the Yugi cards did the same that like the Bandai Namco cards do. This is like listing the cards that you can pull on the rarities, because like the numbers, right? So you can make some calculations. Diablo Star, the Black Witch, Poseidra Abyss, Asamina Murciélago, and Asamina Ilia Silvia. So not bad. Second to last for the first box. Snake Eyes Poplar, of course. Legendary Fire King Ponix. Malice Q, Heart Scriptor again, and the Garunix Eternity, Hyang of the Fire Kings. See, so we're already at that point where if we pull something different, you can call it a day, I guess. And we have two boxes, so Nightmare Pain. Okay, so something new, and Sangenpai Transcended Dragon again. Garunix Eternity, and Maiden of White. So Maiden of White is, for the type of person that I am, obviously I have a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and a Dark Magician deck, and an Exodia deck. All these type of support cards I enjoy getting a lot, because it's like, thank you, I actually get stuff. So that's it for box number 1. We're gonna do box number 2, but it's gonna be far less exciting, because a lot of the... Well, actually, I'm not keeping the box. I don't know why I'm opening it like with all this care. A lot of the new things that you were going to see in this thing, we already pulled, right? So expect more of the same to a degree. And therefore, expect like podcaster rant on my end. I just start talking about other stuff. But yeah, I mean, Bacha de Melodius Maestro again, Legendary Fire King Ponix, Asamina Murciélago, and the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, which is so reflective it looks like a mirror. Again, as I said, I bought this in the most irresponsible way. Like I didn't check like the card list or anything. So yes, you can assume, you can imagine that there is a part of me that is thinking like, oh, my thing of white in golden is bad. that is thinking like, am I going to get any Exodia card? And then one of you that actually knows the card list is thinking like, that's just the illustration for the tournament, my dude. There are no Exodia cards in here. But there are three blue-eyed archetypes, right? So things happen. Sangen Kaimen, Asamini Sylvia, Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, and Maiden of White. But in Secret Rare, I never know the names of the rarities in Yugi. It feels like they changed so much. Garunix Eternity, Young of the Fire Kings, Memento Mictlan, Tekutlika, Creation King, the legendary Fire King Ponix, and Poseidra Abyss. See, at this point we got all the dudes. So we got all the hits there. So Sangenpai Transcendent Dragon again. Nightmare Pain, Malice C, GWC06, and Poseidra Abyss. This reminds me of like one time in my youth. There was a store. Oh, this is new. Mermail King Neptabis. There was a store that had a bunch of Yugi boosters inside of like plastic cases. So it was like they didn't have like booster boxes. They packed a bunch of boosters together, and you will buy like all the boosters together. But to my surprise, it was like 10 boosters for like $5 or something like that. I remember it was like crazy cheap. And I was like, well, I don't mind if I do. And it was like you remember those movie boosters from the Yu-Gi-Oh movie? So we had the ones that they gave you at the box office, at the ticket thing, that those were like one card only and all that. But then they released these like promotional ones. I don't remember the name. That was like, it was like this. You only get like 4 cards. And it was like the cards from the movie, except for a few ones that didn't appear for some cosmic reason. And I remember that it was like, man, 10 for $5 or something. And I remember I bought like all of them. And they had like, I don't know, they were cleaning a stock, right? So they had all this shit. And I was like, yeah, give me all of them. So I spent like $30 and I took home like, I don't know, 200 boosters or something like that. It was a crazy amount of boosters. And then again, it was like a impulsive buy like this. Now back then, my excuse was, it was different times, and the internet in your pocket wasn't such a thing and all that. But now, for this one, I have no justification. But you can imagine what happened. That thing has like 10 different cards, maybe 15 different cards. So I had 100 boosters. So you can imagine what happened. I had a bunch of repeated cards. I had like the knight, the familiar knight, what is the name of this Kuribo monster that is not Kuribo, that is like a fluff that is in the movie, like Wazoo, Wabu, Wambu, or something like that. Like I got like 50 copies of that, dude. It was crazy. And from that moment on, I learned that these are kind of intended for you to like open one and be happy, which, as you can see, is kind of the case. So a lot of these got repeated. Some of them is cool because we got like all rarities of the same card, and obviously some of them are rarer than others because some of these cards we only pull once, right? Like the Mermail King, Neptabis, and all that, we only pulled one, and stuff like that, right? So, but fun fact, I bought 2 more of those, so I only opened 2 in this video. I have 2 more. That's what happens. They know what they do. They put Yugi in the cover, in the box. They put Exodia, they put Dark Magician, the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and suckers like me are going to go and just buy it because nostalgia, I guess. So, interesting. There are a couple of cards that I'm going to put in a few decks that I have and play often, which those are like baby decks, okay? Don't hate me. I don't play Yugi I don't really play Yugi. Like I don't go to an LGS and play like Yugi against actual humans that know the meta inside out. I just do like my baby meta, which is like I want a Kaiba deck, I want a Yugi deck, not necessarily a starter deck, but like a deck that is like a Kaiba deck, something that he will use with like Blue Eyes White Dragons and all that shit, right? So there's a couple of things that I can use here, but nothing too crazy. And to be honest, I deserve it for not checking things before I buy it. But hey, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe this is just great, and and this is like this has some purpose and whatnot. Maybe you also committed a similar mistake. You also made a mistake similar to this in the past, just buying impulsively. I don't know. Let me know down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all those cool kid things that the cool kids do. And as usual, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your time. I will see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.